Good evening. I'm your presenter, Don Amando. I'm here to talk about the state of emergency in hip hop due to the recent passing of Takeoff from the group Migos. So I want to know what's everybody's thoughts on this. I see. He's the first one here. Salute to Don Jose. Yes, it was Don Jose. I mean, I'm just getting bits and pieces about the situation, but from what I know, isn't from where I grew up and everything, I never played the dice game because it always ended up badly. But that's just my opinion, though. I swear, people in their music. Yeah, I'm back. So yeah, I'm just getting bits and pieces of that story. So I'm trying to tap in to see at least if Zacharias knows something because he's in the city of Houston. Good evening, Don Jose. How you doing?
Good evening. How you doing tonight?
Eh, I'm okay. I'm just didn't. I guess since I worked a lot, I haven't been in my usual rut as far as exercise and whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
this news just really went up and took me back. I'm like, wow. And the sporadic deaths that are happening within the hip hop community is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What's
Yeah.
your thoughts on it?
Well, I mean, first of all, what he was like 27, 28 years old. So he was just
28, yeah.
beginning his life. And for him to to be successful in the music industry, and then um to have his life taken away over a game of dice. If that what happened, or maybe I
Yeah,
misunderstood.
what happened? Yeah, what happened was just saying that Quavo, his relative, was playing dice. He was not anywhere near, I guess where they were playing dice or whatever. So I guess whoever went up and fired the gun, I guess was trying to hit Quavo or something. But then, since Takeoff was around the area, he was the one that got hit 2 times,
Mm-hmm.
apparently in the head and neck. That's what I'm getting from certain people saying of what's going on.
That's insane. Totally insane. That basically because someone missed the target and an innocent person died.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. But then I'm just going off of hearsay because we don't really know what happened. So it's just in the air right now as we speak.
Yeah, I think there's some elements about this whole tragedy that will remain unknown, unfortunately.
I mean, I guess it will, but then we just it's like I guess we just don't know because we're not in the investigative realm. So therefore it might be unknown to us, but law enforcement already know what's up.
Yeah.
One thing that I gotta say though is that when it comes to people's deaths, not only rappers or regular people,
Hmm.
it's not like it's now that we have a culture within the United States, or I guess is worldwide right now, that instead of helping the person, you want to take out the camera just to record them passing away or something like that. But yet you're not calling the cops or anything like that. So I actually see a problem with that.
So do I. I mean, look, I remember. Okay, now I know I'm older than a lot of people here in these two streets. I mean,
Right.
but I remember a time that even the most, you know, gangster or what have you, ratchet of these people, when they see elderly person, they usually let them go. They usually show respect towards them. Nowadays, it's like it's dog eat dog.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like I hate to say it, but it seems like this generation of herds and whatnot. It's like they lost all respect.
Yeah. I mean, it just looks like that certain people have lost respect. I mean, it's just to me, I guess certain people are just desensitized by it because if you look at how certain people are just passing away, I'm talking about in the hip hop community. So either they're passing away from drug use or they're passing away either from, a heart attack or whatever, or violence,
Hmm.
to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, it's like life doesn't have any value. I mean, it's just unfortunate you have certain individuals that take what they want and they don't care about what are the consequences. Here's a young person, 28 years old, that he's just beginning life. As he has some achieved some success, and who knows what he could have done had he been allowed to live a more full life.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it's very sad to think about it, and it's like this is part of the reason why I don't like to watch the news too much because unfortunately it seems like every day you hear about someone getting killed, you hear someone being
Hmm.
attacked, someone being hospitalized. I mean, it's almost like unfortunately bad news creates views.
Yeah.
So, but I think we do need to keep the family of this person in prayer, in prayer, and to show some vibes because you know, you know, they, you know, someone's son, someone's brother. I don't know if he had any children, but if he had children, I mean, they lost a father, they lost a protege. I mean, so it's like, it's a it's a waste.
Yeah,
And it seems like it's like another line of young performers whose lives was taken away, before their time.
exactly.
Hmm. And you would think at some point, people will get sick and tired of it, but it just continues. And unfortunately, what happens after a while, people get desensitized to all this violence.
Yeah,
I mean, it's almost like if you become successful, it's like you can never return to the community again.
I mean, it's like it sometimes cannot even be the community. You could be in a different state, and maybe a up and coming rapper could just get um their life taken away because of they might have been in the wrong place at the wrong time, or it's a lot of variables to this.
True. That is very true. But this whole situation is very sad. I mean, when you when you think about it, and I guess it's too early to tell whether they have any suspects or anyone that's of particular interest.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that I actually hate is that everybody is an internet sleuth.
Hmm. Yeah, but you know what? When you think about it, earlier in the year, you saw a person that was, I think, was an MC like Chris Rock, or uh, about to acknowledge someone who won an Oscar, like Will Smith,
Hmm.
and that because he couldn't take a couple of jokes about his wife and his wife's lack of hair, smacks him in front of the whole world. And my
Right.
question is, where the hell was security that allowed this person to get up stage to do what he did? Why no one got fired? Okay. And it was a
Right.
miracle that Chris Rock did not press any charges of assault.
Yeah.
So we go from someone getting slapped to someone getting killed in a matter of months. I mean, I mean, what's I mean, I mean, what what's going to be next? Someone involved in some sort of a sex scandal. It's it's crazy when it's crazy when you think about it. And the fact of the matter is, it might drive some young person who's thinking about pursuing a music career. They might think twice because they don't want to be exposed to all that stupidity. Okay. Well, I take it Donna Mama's mute because there's someone playing music in the background, and of course, we all have to be careful not to let any stray music get on, and then YouTube can um, hit with a copyright strike. Speaking about copyright strikes. I still can't believe that yesterday, my Instagram account was suspended for 30 days and then it was unsuspended. And my understanding that it happened to many people for some crazy reason. Um, because I do have a lot of material on my Instagram account. I share photos. I also use it to send the link to various people that I follow and they follow me on Instagram. I mean, Fortunately for me, I do have a community tab, so at least that way, people who don't follow me necessarily are aware of whenever I go live. But what happened to this
Yeah,
individual is a
I mean,
tragedy.
I'm still trying to find like on the YouTube Studio the subscriber mode.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what you okay. You know what? Okay. You know what you need to do is this. Before your stream goes live, you need to you need to select the stream, and you need to go to customization,
All right.
and then from there you can select whether um, anyone can comment on your stream or only your subscribers.
All right.
Okay. In fact, that's what I've been doing on most of my streams. Is that whenever I do any content, I put the subscriber mode on. Meaning, if people want to enter a comment, if they're not a subscriber, they gotta subscribe. And the whole reason behind that is to try to limit the trolls.
Yeah, I mean, like, not for nothing, right? And I'm trying to do that because, hey, I don't want to actually have a. I'm talking about something that's serious, and then you have like the Hispano tep trolls, the ones that don't show their face or whatever. They want to talk about the glories of Spain. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? So
Well, I recall last year on Latin Splaining, where Denise was talking about the situation in Cuba and how people were could not deal with the COVID-19 pandemic, and how the government did not want to let other sources come in to help out, and how she was trying to encourage individuals to send aid to Cuba. And next thing you know, you had some fool come up and he displayed a picture of male genitalia.
oh yeah, y'all remember you telling me that.
Yeah. And this was at a time where Denise was the only person that was talking about it in English. Okay.
Um,
There were other individuals that was sharing information in Spanish. She was the only one that was discussing this in English. So here is this ignorant fool comes up and displays male genitalia. I mean, her stream could have been taken down because of that fool.
yeah, I mean, I think that was the crux of it because that's why a lot of these I guess haters do. They see a person that's that I guess is somewhat successful, but yet they want to try to do anything in their power.
Yeah.
And it was funny, and it's funny because one of the guys who I think actually subscribed to how should I say, my channel and stuff. He actually said that there might be certain content creators who have no lives, and they like making troll accounts or whatsoever the case may be.
Yeah. I mean, this certain individuals have like 8, 9, 10 troll accounts.
I mean, to me, that's one thing I don't understand, and I'm just being real. If you're gonna make a troll account, right? I don't know. I guess it's just it just how should I say, stalkerish or trollish, I believe,
Yeah. Well,
because
mhm. Yeah.
at the end of the day, how are you gonna have the time? Let's just be honest. I'm talking about working folk to make a whole bunch of troll accounts. Like for what? When you could actually spend that time doing something else productive.
Yeah. Well, I remember one day, one individual um, that is going to remain nameless, but he constantly talking about the same thing day in, day out. He was doing a stream around 7 o'clock in the morning, and it's like, dude, you don't have a life, you don't have a job, that you're going to be doing a stream at 7 o'clock in the morning, okay? And that time of the day, people are getting ready to go to work. People are getting ready to go to school, okay? Or they have errands that they need to do. You mean you're going to spend 4 or 5 hours talking about the same thing every single time?
Right.
Okay. And talking about, oh, the battle continues for some sick ass Latinas. Or another person who was nameless talking about how certain female YouTube creators are either lesbians or feminists, or lesbian feminists.
Yeah.
Hmm. Now, all I can say about these individuals, bless their hearts, because I mean, these people need to be placed in a 72-hour involuntary period of observation in a rubber room with a straight jacket.
Hmm.
And it's not that I see people, certain YouTube creators who complain on their community tabs how certain material was taken down because YouTube considered it offensive. I mean, look, anyone that's been a YouTube creator for any length of time, they know what is appropriate and what's not appropriate. Okay, so it is your choice. Your choice to either come to work within the confines of the community guidelines, or guess what? Your content will be taken down.
Right.
Okay, and to be constantly doing reaction videos because a certain individuals who you don't like, and then on one stream, actually having a complete meltdown. I mean, it was it was funny when you think about it. Okay, it's funny and also sad. And good evening, Taino Night. It's good to see you here.
Not much. We're just talking about the recent passing of Takeoff.
Yeah, I wonder does Taino Night has a YouTube channel, or is just one of those individuals that likes to makes his presence felt.
Hmm.
I guess that's a question only he can answer. Oh, I mean, but it'd be interesting to see. What I mean is this: there are people that have YouTube creators, now YouTube creators, and then there are those who don't, but they hop on other panels. That's what I mean, and on the chats. Okay, well, I didn't know that. I did not know that, sir. Okay, fair enough. No problem. I wasn't trying to cause any controversy. I was just simply acknowledging your presence. That's all. But it's good to see you here, nevertheless. So, what is your viewpoint regarding this whole situation of this young person who was killed? I mean, I think we really would appreciate your taking all this. Okay. Also, I would encourage everyone that coming on, please hit that like button as you enter. It doesn't cost you anything, and it does help Don Armando with his algorithm. Um, so I see that 5 people watching this. Let's see if we can do a little better on the likes, please. Okay. I wonder if anyone's been following the World Series this year.
I've been hearing a lot of about the World Series.
Yeah. To be perfectly honest, I have not been watching it since, unfortunately, my Yankees got eliminated again.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm just trying to think. I see the comment. I think hip hop is detrimental for the cultural ethics of the USA because simply of what they talk about and the lifestyle that they live. Okay. Okay. So, you know what? It'll be interesting. Oh, you see, are the things that common regarding all these young performers that got killed? um, while they were young. And it seems like there's some music in the background. I mean, over done because we have to be very careful to make sure that we do not violate any of the guidelines of YouTube. Okay, and by all means, any other comments, by all means, more than feel free, more than welcome to enter them in the chat. So, I wonder, was he married or he had any children? Okay, so. Don Armando, if there's music in the background, can you tell us? I just type in a message, so I, or unless you're in the middle of something.
Mm. Well, okay, well, I'm back.
Okay. Yeah, that is a good question. That is a good question. So, Don Armando, do you know if he had any children?
I don't I don't really think he does, but it looked like that he was linked to a lot of celebrities during his time as a rapper.
Interesting.
Yeah, I have to
Yeah. I mean, I'm fortunate because where I live, I live high above the ground, so I don't have to worry too much about outside music. So,
they said that he might have had a son, so I don't know.
okay. It's possible. Okay. Well, if he did have a son, unfortunately, that means he's going to be growing up without his father.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I know.
Yeah, it is it is a shame. Now, unfortunately, I don't know a lot about his music. What type of music did he? Was he rap? Was he hip hop? Or
He was like around the I would say down south mumble rap. I heard Amigos, but I haven't really I didn't really listen to them like that. But I know that he did a track. The Migos did a track with Jim Jones. I think it was last year. And for a pair of mumble rappers, they actually did good on the track.
okay, yeah. Well, like I said before, unfortunately, we will never know the full extent what he could have done had he lived.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm still. Hello.
Ah, hey guys. Armando, hey, can hear you.
I'm still
Yeah,
here.
I had to cut off the mic because there was a lot of you know, music playing. So I might just go in and out because of that because copyright
Ah,
strikes or whatever.
okay, okay, okay. Yeah, so what's going on, fellas?
No, we're just
Um,
talking about this. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, we're just talking about this current happening, with this rapper that
Yeah.
he passed away, Takeoff.
Yeah, the guy from Migos. I have been hearing about that all day. I mean, and apparently it was something that either happened last night or this morning. And I have been hearing about that all day. Now, the early versions of what happened was that there was some kind of altercation. He wasn't even being targeted, but a gun went off. Well, a gun didn't go off. Somebody did pull a trigger, and a stray bullet hit him. But I think that it's more to that. That's like the because apparently the a witness, some girl that was around saw what happened, and she put something on social media about it, talking about that it was a stray bullet. I don't know. I don't know. The usual first, they were saying that it was because he won a game of dice, and because of that, he got shot. Actually, I have heard about that happening before. Just because somebody won some money in a game of dice, somebody had to shoot them. I mean, I have heard about that before happening. But there is this new version about a stray bullet because there was an argument and a gun went off. I don't know about that. I have my doubts because different versions of the situation come out, so it's still too early to tell. But then again, guys, we're Hispanic. We're not supposed to be talking about that because we're a bunch of racist Latinos, and we racist Latinos we're not supposed to be talking about about rap. But but when it comes to but the thing is that uh, look, rap today is not what it used to be. I mean, it used to be better, and there are too many of these instances in which guys that are in the industry end up dead, and they end up getting caught into bullshit on the streets because a lot of the time these guys they're trying to rap, but they're doing shit on the streets, and they're being reckless about it, and that catches up to them. And many of these guys just don't last long. Now I don't know what's the story with this guy, uh, what what happened with him, or maybe there is if there is an issue, if there was an issue, something that he was into, he was involved with. We don't know yet because a lot of artists are involved into some bullshit. I mean, you can go back. It doesn't even have to be recently. It can be back years ago with somebody like Ti or Little Wayne, that they have been in major trouble, but they have been able to work something out, and they're out now. So one can only try and speculate and until something comes out, something concrete, something that can be verified.
Well, I remember back in the early '80s when you have, rap. I mean, basically it was different. I mean, you had people that actually was trying to talk, you know, about life and things of that nature. And it was just a question, just to have, just to have fun and listen to the music, and it had a good beat. Nowadays, it's like, people are just basically glorifying some forms of violence and whatnot.
Hmm.
Because I'm showing my age, because even though as far as the YouTube streets are concerned, I'm like old. I'm as old as Methuselah.
You're not that old. But the thing is, though, what I'm trying to say is that if you actually look at the new genres which has been created over violence, drill music, trap had some violence, but it was mostly about hustling. But the new wave, which is the drill music, that's killing a lot of young men. And recently actually got a young man stabbed in the train. So, and sad enough, he was of Dominican descent. So
Mhm.
it's just crazy.
Now, it's true. No violence is good, but the thing is this. I mean, it's easy to complain about the violence. I mean, the thing is, is there a solution to deal with all this?
Well, I mean, certain people could talk about we need more harsher laws, but that's not working.
Well, the
Maybe
harsh
we need.
laws are already there. It's just that things are not being applied properly, and there is no prevention. I mean, it's like letting certain things go until somebody fucks up, and then they want to incarcerate, but that's not solving the problem because there are some of these guys uh, that have been in a situation that have been beaten down so much that they don't care anymore if they live or die. So the laws, there are enough laws. There are laws, but there is something in there is something before the crime is committed that is not being addressed.
Hmm. And what do you think of all those issues that are not being addressed, Ramon?
I mean, okay, from certain people, right? They
Mhm.
think that all rap is gangster rap, when the fact is it's not. Because when you have certain people and they talk about the aspect of rap of okay, gangsterism and being a player and everything like that, that gets more promoted because it's negative than certain people who are rappers and they're talking about okay, building your own business or whatsoever the case may be. So certain people they will try to push the narrative thinking that all rap is all about breaking the law, whatsoever the case may be. When there's actually some rappers who are educated and they actually talk about about people who have mental who are going through mental stress, or they're talking about how to better yourself. But certain people do not try to look at that aspect, but yet they want to talk about, oh, rap is full of gangsters and everything like that. But then if you actually look at certain rappers that are not gangsters, for example, Biz Markie, he didn't talk about shooting people. I listened to Joyner Lucas. He doesn't talk about being the person to beat up people or anything like that. And then you have to look at J. Cole. J. Cole is actually a college graduate. So you have certain rappers who are college graduates, and they do know how to talk when they go into the business room, minus an uneducated person that does not know how to talk when he actually be in a room with full of executives. So certain people, they just want to push the narrative of how rap is bad and everything. But yet, when you actually look at rap in a worldwide spectrum, most of it is people who are just actually trying to get out their bad situations. So they rap about what they know. Or in other aspects, you have certain people who are intelligent rappers, and they're trying to let their people know that there's other ways to make money than to actually go to the streets. But nobody actually tells you about that.
Well, okay. I think part of the problem is that the rappers that advocate violence, that advocate lawlessness and whatnot, they always seem to get, the full attention. So therefore, whenever you have rappers that are into that kind of lifestyle, it's almost like they get shouted down by those who do advocate violence. I mean, music, okay, music can be good and music can be bad. It all depends how you use it. So, any thoughts?
There is really not much else to say. Unfortunately, we need to know what actually happened.
Yeah.
We need to know what actually happened. I mean, it's still too early to. Okay, we can speculate all day. We can speculate until we're blue in the face, but we don't know. We don't know what actually happened. There are different versions coming out little by little, but we don't know what actually happened.
Yeah. And I will submit to you that there's certain things we will never know. But what doesn't change the fact is that a young person was killed. I mean, we can say, some people can say, is that you saw what you reap, but it's never good to see a young person die so early in life.
I remember when I was in my teens, when the Notorious B.I.G. passed away. It was actually a few days before my birthday. And it was crazy because I was just listening to Tupac and he died the months before. And then you turn on the radio You they talk about how Notorious B.I.G. passed away. It was crazy.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, it is. But I think there's certain things about this crime we will never know. Okay. I don't know if we ever will know fully what was the motivation behind it. We might find out who were the people who allegedly performed this deed.
Yeah.
Hello there. Hey, Magic.
Hey,
Hey,
Magic
Magic,
Mungata.
how you doing? It's good to see you in the chat. I know. For on Friday, you're going to be doing a stream. I'm really looking forward to it. And oh, congratulations on you getting and reaching 300 subs.
Yeah, congrats to you, Magic Mungata.
Well done. Well done. That's good.
Yeah,
I'll be on my way there, hopefully.
yeah.
Yeah, well, you guys are closer than me because I still need to figure things out before I can even get close to that.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I can say with absolute certainty, the first 100 subs are the hardest.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have heard that around. Is the beginning, the first several. Yeah, you're right.
Look. The key is to produce content on a regular basis. Okay,
Hmm.
and also learn how to network with other P2 creators.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do right now. So I'm trying. I'm trying.
Yeah. Um, do you have a community tab?
You mean me?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have it. Actually, I have it on both of my channels.
Try using your community tab to make yourself more known.
Yeah, I was actually sharing something today about was it about today or okay, about yesterday. I mean about that video that I put on the Instagram group. Yeah, I posted on my tab like certain somebody that I'm sure Magic knows who I'm talking about. Start putting a video of bomba dancing, and that was supposed to prove anything in relation to us Puerto Ricans being part of hip hop from the beginning. Like that didn't prove anything. That didn't prove anything at all. But he actually believes that that proved that point because one thing didn't have anything to do with the other. We're talking about two different locations, and I was telling them, okay, but both things can be true at the same time. I mean, we're talking about two different locations. Like he wouldn't get it. He wouldn't get it. And this is somebody who claims to be the superior one. He's so superior, but something very simple that one tries to explain to him, and he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. Doesn't understand.
Well, I find it hilarious that he appointed himself to be the knowledge about Latino culture.
Well, not only that, he was. I don't know. Uh, Dude was actually bragging. He was actually bragging that his superiority to us comes from his ancestors having been force bred. He actually thinks that that's a flex. And I was trying to tell him, dude, being force bred, that's not a flex. That's not a flex, dude. You shouldn't be so proud of that. I mean, he's actually bragging about his ancestors being force bred. They were bred by force, and he's bragging about that because according to him, that's what makes him superior to us. Like this fool. Ah, man.
Well, you know what? It goes to show that intelligence is not necessary in order to be a YouTube creator.
Apparently not. Apparently not. And the thing is that he would repeat it over and over because he was trying to convince himself. I mean, he wasn't changing my mind. I know better. He kept repeating that over and over again to see if his audience will believe him too. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he believes it. Maybe he doesn't believe him, but he was trying to get other people to believe him. Like, dude, golly.
Well, you know, all I can say is this is hard.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, you have, and this is why some people think that ADOS and FBA are cults.
Well, I don't have anything against ADOS. I don't talk about ADOS, but yeah, I do agree that FBA is a cult. And this guy, he's really FBA. He keeps saying ADOS this, ADOS that. I mean, ADOS, real ADOS, they're not delusional like that. They're not delusional. This guy is delusional. That's what FBA do. I mean, they're delusional.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But on a happier note, it is now 50 days until the first day of winter.
Well, over here it's not bad. Over here it's still nice room temperature. I can still go out wearing just a t-shirt, which is a good thing. So
Well,
I can't complain.
right now the temperature is unfortunately it's 61 degrees outside.
That's already chilly. Don't complain. Don't start with that.
Yeah, but you know me. As far as I'm concerned, that's summertime.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
I mean, I'm looking forward to the time when the temperature gets down to the 30s and the 20s and what have you, and it'd be nice and cool, and you know you can go outside. Well, you know, you just have to wear a sweater. That's all.
No. No, you can have that. You can have that. You can keep it.
No, I don't want to be selfish. I want to share.
No, you don't have to share. That's nice of you, but you don't have to share that. You can keep it.
I mean, think about it. You can go ice skating. You can go ice fishing. You can build snow castles and whatnot, or you can lie down on the ground and make snow angels and whatnot. That's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Do you know every winter there's a group of people that actually go outside and they take off their pants and they go and get into the subway in their underwear?
They should be arrested. Nobody wants to see that. Now, for real, they need to be arrested. Who wants to see that?
And then, have you ever heard of the Polar Bear Club?
Well, isn't that your club? Isn't that the club that you belong to?
I mean, come and think about it. Every year on New Year's Day, I mean, they go into the water. They go to Corleone and get into the water, and they start to swim.
Yeah, I'm sure you like that. I'm sure you will like that.
I mean, would you want to?
No.
I mean,
I will do that.
I mean, think about it. You're going to Coney Island on New Year's Day. At least you don't have to worry about the crowds.
Nah. Nah. Not trying to. Not trying to do that. Nope.
Could you imagine if I had complete climate control worldwide?
Mm-mm.
Like I would be able to make Texas into the latest ski resort.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm sure you will. It will be to the
Or,
detriment of the rest of us, but I'm sure you will.
or even Puerto Rico, a nice ski resort. Could you imagine that?
No. No, we don't need that. We don't need that. So leave Puerto Rico like that. Actually, unfortunately, it's getting a little bit harder. For those that say that there is no such thing as climate change, I mean, Puerto Rico is getting a little hotter. It is a thing.
Well, I mean, I remember the good old days in New York when the temperature would get down to the single digits and what have you. And there's a couple of times when it got down to zero. Now it's like that never happens.
Oh, it will. It always does.
So I take it you would not visit the city of Albany in the wintertime either.
Nope. Hell no.
Would you believe it goes down, at times it goes down below zero?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Uh, as long as it doesn't, as long as it don't happen down here, I guess it's all good.
Oh, come on. It wouldn't be so bad if it got down to zero in Texas.
No, we don't like it. That's not a thing here. That's not how it goes. It can happen. It happens like maybe once a year, and that's like that's the worst day of the year. We don't like it. So no, we don't want it.
Think about the fun you're gonna have.
No, what fun? What fun? I can't go out anywhere. I can't get out of the
Yes.
house, and it's all slippery, and I can get into an accident. I can't drive. I can barely walk around
You
because
can
it's all
ski.
okay. We don't have heels here. We can't do that. We don't have heels. Yeah.
Well, I have a saying, which is don't think of it as cold. Think of it as the absence of warmth.
Mm-hmm. Semantics, same difference.
Yeah, but doesn't it sound nicer that way?
No. No.
Or imagine making Los Angeles a winter wonderland.
Well, you're gonna have to talk to Denise about that. I don't think she's gonna like that either.
Well,
I don't think so.
well, you know what? It is what it is.
Uh-huh.
I
Oh,
mean,
I know.
yeah, but it's funny, because I've been trying to get my I got a community tab, and then one day I get a notification. Oh, I have it without even trying.
Okay, that's good. That's good because I have been trying. It took me a few weeks until I actually had it, but I have been trying.
Hmm.
So that's good. That's good that you got it now.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So sometimes I'll just like leave like little tidbits, like something to think about, like has anyone thought about what they hope to achieve in 2023?
Somebody thought about
No,
what?
that's something I put on my community tab.
Mm. Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, my goal in 2023 is to be the best version of me.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah, I really don't believe in New Year's resolutions because because I would say 99.999% of the time I don't achieve whatever resolution I make. So I just, my goal for next year is just to be the best version of myself. Try to learn from my previous mistakes. Try to do better with my channel. One thing I would love to learn is how to do editing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because unfortunately, as you can see, all my videos are basically raw. So, and of course, I'm trying to think of a new theme for season 5 of Uncommon Sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, this year has been separating truth from fiction. So, I need to come up with a different theme for next year. So, I'm sure I'll come up with one.
All right.
Any idea when you're going to be doing a stream?
Thinking. It's just that every day somebody that I know is gonna be doing a stream that I know is gonna take away attention from what I'm trying to do. But let's see if I can do something during this week.
Yeah.
So there is something. There is always something. That's all. I might do something soon.
I know I know what you mean. Between my channel or Latin Splaining or Radical Latino or Don Armando or what have you, it could be very hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could be very hard indeed. But I think you know what I think it's I think you just have to get to the point where it's nice to try to avoid conflict with other YouTube creators, but sometimes it cannot be avoided.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there's going to be times when you're going to get a lot of traffic, and then there's times you're not going to get a lot of not much traffic. So my advice is, it's nice that you try to avoid conflict with other YouTube creators, but when everything is said and done, you need to try to have some sort of a schedule that you're able to keep. Okay, some people can do streams like 3-4 times a week. Others can only do it once a week. The thing is to try to be consistent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. And if it so happens that, there's a conflict between your stream and my stream, or Latin Splaining, or Radical Latino, or Don Armando, or what have you, well, hey, you just got, you just have to do what you can. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, here in New York, we have early voting.
And what's that?
We have early voting.
Yeah. I don't know about down here. I haven't been looking at that. But yeah, there are the primaries going on.
Well, I voted Sunday. So
Mm-hmm. All right.
actually, the string I'm going to be doing tomorrow is going to be the topic is going to be what are the most common reasons that people don't vote.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't want to give all my material away, but there are multiple reasons why. Um, some of them they don't see the value in voting. Others they don't know about the candidates. But there are there's certain communities that try to restrict the ability to vote.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, um, you know, you might okay. Being that Keisha's not going to do her streams this Saturday, you know, that might be a good time for you to do a live stream.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
But there's certain people haven't done streams in a long time. Like, for example, Morena hasn't done any content in a long time.
Yeah,
Uh,
she has other things going on, so she
yeah,
just
it's understandable.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, lately I've seen a lot of YouTube videos how people manage to make money off of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But usually you have to have it meet a certain threshold. Okay. Which is must have at least 1,000 subs and your content must be watched for 4,000 hours within a 12-month period.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna reach that goal most likely next year. The problem is to get the 1,000 subs.
Yeah.
Because the problem is with channels like ours, we grow, but we grow very slowly. And it's basically okay. It's either because righteousness produces subs, or you have to produce some sort of material that's so unique, that's so fascinating, that drives hundreds, no, dozens of people to your channel.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right. Right.
yeah, so, so my suggestion is, just don't worry so much if there's a conflict. I mean, it's gonna happen eventually. I mean, there have been a couple of times I had conflicts with other YouTube creators. Okay.
No, no, but okay, but don't give attention to that. You're worrying too much, Don Jose. Stop worrying about that. I mean, it's like the fake Panamanian was talking shit about us in on Fighters Live. I mean, but I'm not pressed about it.
Mm.
So don't leave that alone. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be on vacation next week.
Okay, that's good.
So
That's good.
basically, it's just a time for me to relax, take it easy. Um, you know, try to think of some new content
Hmm.
um, to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what I could do for I'm almost tempted to do just for kickles and get and kicks do a stream of me eating pasteles with peanut butter.
Okay, okay. That's gonna make me nauseous. Don't talk that mess. I'm gonna be stepping out then.
Okay.
I already told you about that. That whole nose. Okay, don't over Americanize our pasteles. Don't do that shit.
Well, I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, I was already wondering if you had your food and then went on and to take a nap or something.
Nah,
Let's go along here. Yeah.
even though the wife will let me do that, but I
Yeah.
won't do that to y'all.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a little disappointed that the Yankees got eliminated from the playoffs.
Oh man. Apparently, it's like Philadelphia who is doing really good right now. I don't
That's
know.
what since I live in Philadelphia, that's what everybody's just talking about.
Okay. Yeah, I was actually happy when the Braves won it all, but I don't know if they're gonna be doing it this year. They have a chance.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, look,
And it's always next season.
that's true. That's true. But the Mets were a big disappointment. I mean, first of all, for a team to win 101 ball games and then get eliminated like they did, that's
Damn.
I know.
Damn, they have such a good record and they had an easy schedule then. I mean, they won so many games and they just get eliminated. What the fuck? Man.
I mean, it happens, so that's all I got to say.
Well, of course I got a lot of smack from my brother because my brother was a Met fan, but it's like you can't talk because you guys got eliminated in the first round. At least we made it to the to the league championship series before we screwed it up.
Mm-hmm. I see. Man.
Yeah. I mean, I remember the good old days when you can get a bleacher seat in Yankee Stadium for about $3, and you can have.
Oh, ha llovido mucho.
Well, that kind of gives you an idea how old I am.
I
hear you.
Yeah, it's been a lot of rainy days. All right. Nah, but that's all right. I mean, that's just how it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Would you believe when I originally had my channel, I used to give funny weather reports?
Used to what?
Give humorous weather reports.
Oh.
Yeah, like
All right.
like if I'm talking about a day when the temperature is like in the low 20s, I would call it the balmy 20s.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't do those weather reports anymore. I mean, because you know what? It's fun after a while, but after a while it gets to be, not interesting.
Yeah, I hear you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey. Well, I mean, fellas, I mean, something has come up to my attention, so I'm gonna be stepping out. I look forward to the next live stream, and again, guys, Armando, thanks for having me on your panel, and I'll see you on the next one.
All right, so take care, Ramon. Be safe.
All right, have a good one, guys. Bye.
You too.
Yeah. I mean, there was a rapper by the name of Designer, and he was crying after the death of Takeoff. So it's like it's to the point that he said that he was giving up rap.
Hmm.
So it's it looks like that that this young man's passing just affected a lot of people, and I guess a lot of professional relationships also.
Yeah, it's a it's a shame. It's just that when you think about it, you know, people could be envious of your success, and you would think that people be happy about it. But unfortunately, there's a lot of hurt people who are envious, and they want to take whatever they can get.
Yeah,
It's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop off as well. As always, Don Armando, thank you very much for allowing me on the platform. And I just want to ask all those that are still viewing, if you have not done so, please subscribe to Don Armando's channel and set the bell notification to all. So whenever Don Armando does prepare any content, you will have the opportunity to catch it live. So that being said, shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to you, Don Armando, and I'll see you soon.
yeah. I'll see you soon, Don Jose.
Take care. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Yeah, look like it's just only me here. So this is my own thoughts on the situation. Apparently, I'm not in Houston, and I don't know the surrounding things of what really happened just by news reports. But I'm actually waiting for somebody that could give me a little bit of info who actually live in the Houston area that could tell me the atmosphere of what is going on right now. So I'll just wait for a few until this individual comes. If anybody will love to come up on the panel, I'll drop the link yet again.
Hey Dawn, how you doing?
Hey, Magic Mulata, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going tonight?
I mean, it's all right. Hopefully I'll get better at this. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
all about the more you do it, the better you'll get, right?
exactly.
Yep. So you were talking about takeoff. I'm actually sad about this, to be honest. I know it's so common, like these rappers be dropping like, but I used to listen to Takeoff. You know, they from Gwinnett County. I used to live in Gwinnett County in
All
Georgia.
right.
You know, they talk about North Atlanta all the time. They talk about Gwinnett County. And you know, they call themselves Migos because there's a large Hispanic community in Gwinnett County, right? And
All
I just
right.
love them. Like everybody loved them. Like growing up, like you know, it was like a lot of, it was all of us. There was a lot of Puerto Ricans and Dominican. Everybody, we all like would just party and listen to Migos together all the time in Gwinnett. It was good.
All right.
Hey, how's it going tonight?
Well, yeah, I guess I'm hearing you. I'm hearing myself in the playback.
Oh, let me close out of that. My bad. Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
So it's just sad. I don't know. I felt sad about it. I don't know. He's the same age as me. You know, I'm 28, 94, baby. I felt bad about it, but
Gotcha.
it's never going to change, though. You know, nobody's
I
going to do
mean,
nothing to change it.
in I'm just showing my age because I'm actually 39,
Mm
and I have nieces older than you.
hmm. Mm hmm.
Yeah, which is weird, but you know. Anyway,
It's okay.
it's like um, it's like if you actually look at it, right?
Mm hmm.
Um, when I was growing up, the biggest deaths that affected me as far as hip hop
Mm hmm.
was Tupac. Well, not so much, but it was Notorious B.I.G.
Mm hmm.
and it was Big Pun that passed away.
Mm hmm.
So those deaths they actually impacted, I guess, the hip hop world in a way
Hmm.
And I guess now, since I guess your generation, y'all had the
Mhm.
Migos.
I
So
love those. I love you know whose death really impacted me too, like a hip hop death. When XXX Extension, him, I used to love him because I used to be like kind of like an alt kid, like a little rocker, and he kind of like had that style to him. I really loved it. I felt like I don't know, that impacted me too as well. I was like, that is so sad. It'd be your own people. He was set up by his own people, and it's just
yeah,
sad. It's never gonna change. Like I just I lost hope for it to change. Like this is just the way things are. And I don't know. I kind of don't like rap no more. It makes me not even want to listen to rap. Like I can't even listen to because I was listening to Takeoff because he put out a new album with Quavo or whatever, right?
all right.
Yeah, hold on a second. But he put out a new album or whatever.
Um,
And
mhm.
what was he talking about? Killing people, shooting people. I can't do it. I'm just like, I don't know about this no more. It's just, I don't know.
I mean, it's like to the point that sometimes I don't. I guess since I do listen to hip hop, I I go like either I don't really listen to a lot of what's going on in the American hip hop, but I know who's there.
American hip hop,
And
yeah.
then I listen to Spanish hip hop mostly since it still got that raw feeling or whatever the case may be.
Hmm.
But as far as and then sometimes I listen to drill. But the thing is
Hmm.
though, which is messed up. I mean, as far as these deaths are concerned, it's
Hmm.
that is that you have detractors that they want to talk about, that all rappers are gangsters or whatever the case
Not
may
all of
be.
them are. No, there's. I just can't listen to the ones. Hi, Reese. I can't. I don't
They
know. I just
really,
don't like. From this point on, I can't listen to the ones that talk about killing people. There's a lot of rappers that don't, and I'll definitely 100%. So who my favorite rappers? I like J. Cole. That's one of my favorite rappers. I like him a lot. But
yeah, me too.
I love J. Cole. And I'll listen to him any day, every day of the week. But I can't listen to these rappers that think it's cool to kill people and promote violence. I just can't do it no more. I'm just like, that's the only way if people stop listening to that type of music and stop supporting those type of artists, I think it's not gonna stop it 100%, of course. But I think that would help some if people stop supporting those artists that like talk about, killing people, and I think that would help things. I don't
Yeah,
get the attraction.
I think
Oh,
it
what do you
would
think?
too because
Mhm.
if you actually look at certain stuff and how certain people be it's to the point that we're living like in a quasi censored world.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like to the point that you have
Mhm.
certain people, like even in rap, they're like I was remembering I was talking to one of my homies. This was 2008, right?
Mhm.
They were telling me that you can't like when you actually write your lyrics and stuff as far as being a rap or trying to get signed, you
Mhm.
have to kind of like censor yourself now because as you know, um most of rap I'm talking about like in the late 1990 in the mid or late 1990s was and early 2000s
Mhm.
had anti Skittles lyrics. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mhm. Yeah.
So when they had that and everything like that for that matter, certain people there was like you have to tone down because you know who's actually are the executives now. So therefore it's like they'll accept anything, but if you say something about certain people, they'll
Like
they will
Kanye.
actually Kanye you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
So
Yep. It's like that saying, you know who's in power, well, you know who you can talk about, and you know who you can't talk about, type of thing.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And oh, hold on a second. Let me get my son his charger.
All right.
But yeah, I think that I I don't know, when it comes to these tragedies and stuff, I posted a video about this, like a TikTok. He was saying how, why is this type of lifestyle promoted? Why is it so? And he was saying how, the same record labels, how they own the people who own commissaries.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you actually look at it, right, and it was like a video that I've seen, like maybe it was 8-9 years ago or something like that, and they were
Mhm.
talking about how gangster hip hop became prevalent, right?
Mhm.
And they were saying that the creation of gangster hip hop, believe it or not, was for the sole purpose of filling up the United States prison system.
It is like, really, it's everybody been tricked and bamboozled, and they're thinking all this is cool, and this is what people. I totally agree with that. I see it because the same, like the guy was saying. I don't know if this is verified or I don't know where you got his information from, but it made sense. If I was a record label, you promote this type of lifestyle so you could fill up and you could make money off of them for the rest of your life, because they have to buy commissary and they have to buy. And then at the same time, how they, like Future said he don't do drugs, right? But he promote
Mhm.
them. He always talk about codeine and all that stuff. He talk about it all the time. He said pharmaceutical companies are paying these people to promote these types of things so they can make money off of those drugs too.
Yeah,
So
it's like to the point when but when I saw this video, right, this guy who was like, I guess, an insider in the music industry, he said that he went to a meeting and he was like, okay, we need to fill up the prisons. So
yeah, it
this is
makes
where
sense.
this is where gangster rap incurred.
Yep.
So
Sounds about right.
when the guy went up and I guess they tried to have the room, I guess one of the guys who actually said this went up and pulled out a gun on these executives and stuff. So this guy, he said that who decided to be nameless, he actually said that he ran out of the music industry. He just let everybody know that the inception of gangster rap was like gangsters
That's
did
all
it on
Migos
their own.
promoted. That's all they
Mhm.
talked about, was shooting people, killing people. They're in shootouts all the damn time, selling drugs. That's all they talked about. And yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. And I was like a high school kid when they first came out, and all the high schoolers were listening to them, and thinking that shit cool and fucking. I don't know. It's sad. It's just sad. It's like I totally think that it's definitely meant to just fill up the prisons, and it don't benefit nobody else. Like, come on now, who really want to live like that?
I,
Because
I mean, if you actually look at it, right,
mm-hmm.
it's like, okay, it's to the point that that people who were gangsters like in the 1970s and 80s, right? They never
Yeah,
just thought of it as cool. They just thought of
they
it
didn't
as
think
a
it was
way to survive.
cool. It didn't make it wasn't like a whole. It wasn't like a whole music entertainment pushing the lifestyle of the people. It was just like it was like a low. They were quiet about it though. Like they were like not super, because if you're super out there with it, you're like snitching on yourself or like self snitching. Like they move kind of low key about things. So they just move differently. And in the 90s and in the rap music and in the NWAs of the world, and Dr. Dre a billionaire right now, and
Well,
all the
not really.
not
I
really.
mean,
Oh yeah, he
it,
got divorced. No, he got divorced, and he got so half of his billions is gone. So never mind.
I mean, it's like, to me, right? It's like he wasn't really that much of a billionaire way. I'm going to tell you why. Because the deal that he went up and he sold Dre Beats, I believe, to Apple. It's like,
Yep.
yeah, there was like, oh yeah, he became a billionaire, but then people did not.
Horrible ass headphones.
Yeah, but
Terrible.
then people didn't see the how should I say the fine print, meaning that, okay, he sold it for $1 billion, right? So therefore, after taxes and stuff like that, he was just like $900 million or something like that. So he was technically not a billionaire.
Yeah. So I got a question. So you say you listen more Spanish rap. Do they talk about the same things, the same subject matter that they talk about in like African American culture, Black American culture in the rap? Is it like the same?
Yeah, they talk about it way worse.
Oh.
Not all of them, but like how should I say, like
Like,
as far as the Dominican and Puerto Ricans are concerned,
mhm,
it's like the new drill movement, new
mhm,
trapper drill movement.
yeah.
So this is young guy by the name of Young Chini from Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually talking about how he and his dudes are like the murder cartel or whatsoever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually like a current beef that's going on right now between a lot of Dominican artists and another Dominican artist who goes by the name of Tali Goya.
Tommy Go, yeah.
No, Tali Goya. You know, like
Tommy Go, yeah.
Taliban, but it's
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's just for show or anything like that, but it was like maybe a few months ago there was a promoter by the name of Miladin
Mm-hmm.
that he was talking a whole bunch of crap about this artist, and this
Mm-hmm.
artist actually went up, I guess, to this guy's video shoot in Boston and
Mm-hmm.
proceeded to punch him in the jaw.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
So in the so like say in the Spanish settings, depending on who you are, people
Mm-hmm.
will actually you know put hands on you. So
Mm-hmm.
as far as the shooting and stuff is concerned, I haven't really heard anything about that because I guess they kept that to a minimum.
Mm-hmm.
But
You know,
that's
gun
not.
violence here is crazy. You know.
But then I guess when it's the streets and it's the street organizations that is concerned, that's where the violence happened. But as far as
Mm-hmm.
the artists being passing away from gun violence or whatever, I guess I'm talking about the Dominican urban movement.
Mm-hmm.
Is not really I guess you have certain people that have passed on, but
Mm-hmm.
that's not like the major goal of certain people who actually
Mm-hmm.
pass from gun violence or etc.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It's not
even
like
in
the
the
norm.
Dominican, yeah, it's not like the norm out there. It's
It's
like
norm
people
here.
they say
Mhm.
whatever. The most violent things that a person can get will like okay, they might have a fight or whatever. But as
Mhm.
far as the deaths, the big deaths that happened as far as violence was like this artist named Monkey Black. He got
Mhm.
killed just because the reason is that he decided to go talk to another man's woman
Woman.
in
Mm.
Spain, and then he got
Mhm.
his life taken with then he was attacked with machetes and
Damn.
sadly lost his life. And
Mm.
then I had another friend. I don't know. He was just talking about okay stuff that happened in the street, but it wasn't like actually advocating violence. He was
Mhm.
just talking about. But he passed away because I guess he I guess he was in the street and somebody took his life in that case also.
Mhm.
So that was another passing, I guess, due to violence. But it's not
Mhm.
really the norm when it comes to Dominican Republic
Mhm.
and Puerto Rico. It might be Puerto Rico, but then some of the artists are very underground that they're not very known. But as far as other countries, I'm saying that actually participate in the Spanish rap movement.
Mhm.
I can't really say because it's a different climate out there, and certain
Mhm.
people who actually are rappers. Sometimes it's not like in Latin America, the industry is not like ours,
Mhm.
meaning that the populace may listen to the music, but then there's a whole bunch of people that don't know that Latin rap or Spanish rap, for that matter, even exists. They actually stick to their traditional music.
Mhm. That's that's good. That is not the norm. You know, like
But
it
then, but then,
here it's completely the norm. Like every other day is another story.
but then over there, it's like in Latin America,
Mhm.
depending on what city you're at in or anything like that, the
Mhm.
violence is way worse, and they don't need rap to actually glorify it because
They
people live
don't.
that out every day. Sadly,
So true. They don't need that. The war that would just exacerbate it, and we don't. Nobody needs that. That's not good for anybody. But me personally, how I'm gonna just personally combat. I'm not gonna support any artists. I'm not gonna give them plays. I'm not gonna give them views. I'm not gonna give them anything. Anybody talking about killing people and shooting people and It's just not cool. Like I'm not even gonna support no artists from now on that talk about those type of things and glorify those type of things. I'm not gonna personally listen to them or give them plays or views or attention whatsoever because something has to give at some point. Like it's just ridiculous. I'm so sick of it. I'm so like personally, like I was really sad about this. Like I was honestly like, wow, like this is just horrible to me because it's just so isn't the norm. Like you said, it's just like every other day. And then somebody made a post about that. Just like every day, another rapper get killed. Like, you know, and it's just something has to give. Like this can't continue on. This is not something that is just healthy. It's not good for anybody at all. And like you said, you know, like the media, the people who are behind these labels, they promote this because they want to fill up the prisons and they want to make money off these people like even remember even the drugs, like people who talk about drugs and selling drugs and doing drugs. I'll never support that ever in a million years ever. And you
Yeah.
know, I'm only one person though, but I would encourage everybody to get on board with that, you know, because it's mostly about the beats, right? It's mostly about like, you know, people are talented. Like, you know, these people, they're
I
talented.
mean,
They make anything
I mean,
sound
if you
good.
actually look at it, it was more about the lyrics and how it actually synced with the beats. But
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
but now I guess since mumble that rap is
It's
dying
more about
and
the
more,
beats and like the vibe of everything, you know. It's more about like
yeah.
the
But
energy.
then people are actually
It's not
actually
about the
going
lyrics
back
no
to
more.
lyricism.
Dumbed down. Everything got dumbed down.
It got dumbed down, but then mumble rap for some reason is actually dying out. So
Thank God.
therefore drill is actually
You know who
taking
started
over.
that though? You know who 100% started mumble rap?
Who did?
Lil Wayne.
I mean,
Lil Wayne is 100% behind mumble rap because he used to get high and then go and rap and then he would like mumble and then people copied him.
I mean,
A little.
yeah, I could actually say that because before mumble rap, we used to listen to actual lyricism. I
Yeah.
mean,
Then Lil Wayne came in the game.
Lil Wayne could had actual hard lyrics, but then
Mhm.
when this mumble rap came out, I was like,
He
what the
started getting
heck?
high on codeine and sipping lean and stuff, and then he would mumble when he would rap, and then that's where mumble rap came from. Mhm.
Yeah,
But he's not even, you know, I think it is dying out though. Thank God. Because all of these
yeah,
but over but all of these overdoses and stuff, I think that's all, you know. And him getting
yeah.
seizures and you know all the side effects of him like what, you know, I think it is dying. Thank God. But I don't know. We need another genre, man. You know how black people they always created new genres and throwing them away, like jazz and that got taken over by white people, right? And then
I
what else?
mean,
Didn't it
if you actually look at it,
rock and roll
if you
got taken
actually look
over?
at it, they're
We just need a new genre
like
at this point.
they might have taken over, that but if you actually look at it, jazz, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay? As far as your community is, I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about the mixed community. They'll say that it's quote unquote African American music.
It was Creole people, wasn't it? I was thinking the same thing.
Exactly. So
I
exactly.
thought about that, and I tried to look it up, you know, but it's definitely people like African American, but it's like I really do think it was Creole culture mostly, you know.
What
I
what
totally think that,
what
100%.
happened? What happened was this is the case. You had Creoles that were educated, right? And they were
Yep.
educated in music theory and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have black people that that they knew how to do the drums.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was when it was the Jim Crow laws and they just put everybody into the black category,
Yo.
Creoles and African Americans, I guess that don't identify as Creole, whatever the case may be. That's where jazz actually started because you had certain Creoles that were actually musically educated.
Yeah. I felt that. Like I do want to make a video about that. How like, you know, we should reclaim like jazz. You know, J. Cole, I remember him doing an interview about that because he was the one who said that, you know, jazz was black and then like white people took it. You go to jazz music on Apple Music right now, it's gonna be all white artists. but it was Creole people that, you know, that I love how you explain that to me, because I felt that like on a soul, like I felt intuitively like that was Creole people for sure. That because it's in New Orleans, right? New Orleans is Creole people mostly, so of course that's gonna be mixed people, Creole people who created that. And I didn't know that that's how it went down. So that's I need to make a video about that, about like, because we need to reclaim that, because like you said, it is seen as like African American history, but that is a part of like our history, like the Creoles. And you know, I love that. Like I love that. I think that we should definitely reclaim that, because I love jazz. I love the sound. I love everything. I think it's beautiful. And I think I don't know, something needs to happen. There needs to be some type of dominant, because you know, in America, right? Remember like 10 years ago, not even 10 years ago, when I was growing up, you know how rock music used to be really popular. Like you would hear rock music and like a lot, you know? But now it's like you don't really hear it. I don't really hear it at all. Now mostly like rap and hip hop is more dominant. That's like more of the influential music nowadays that everybody listens to mostly. And I don't know. I think that we need something else at this point. Like I don't know. I love it. I like it, you know, but at the same time I just don't want to support people who, you know, glorify all of the wrong things, right? So I don't know. We just got to create a new genre at this point. That's what I think.
I mean, yeah, but the thing is, though, if we're gonna make a new genre, we have to own it.
You got to own
Let's
it.
keep it real.
I agree. I
Yeah,
agree.
because
You can't corrupt it and let it get it corrupted by people like you said. And we can't let it, you know, we can't allow, okay, because we got to take accountability. You know, we can't blame everything on white people. Like, yeah, they probably did see this opportunity to be like, hey, we're gonna make money off of filling these people up with prisons. But why did we allow that? Like, we allowed that. Like, it was so, it felt like it was just easy. Like, I don't know, because rap, like gangster rap, took over so fast. And like, you know, it wasn't
no,
like,
what
but there
happened
was a
was
pushback, but
is that
nobody listened. There was a
what
pushback.
what happened is that certain people, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you don't read your contracts or whatever,
Yeah, the 360 deals and stuff.
nah, I'm talking about before the 360 deals.
Oh, okay.
Like, if you actually look at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And certain people who had their record labels and stuff, as you know, Motown was like a black owned record company, right? So if you actually look at certain companies that came before that actually pushed out records, they pushed out records, they made their little money, and that was it. But when
Mm-hmm.
they actually went and they were to compete with these corporations, it's the corporations that messed up. Because, for example, when rap was in its inception, I'm talking about the late 70s and early 80s, you had a whole bunch of people that actually made hits as such. But then sometimes when they put out the records as such, as far as hip hop history, they never really got paid for it. For example,
Yeah, they didn't get credit.
my friend, may God rest her soul. Um, her uncle was Cowboy, and he wrote tag what Africa Bombada, it's Planet Rock or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it was years that he was going to tour and stuff, but he never got the credit due for writing that song. So I guess it was years later. I'm talking about, because this song Planet Rock is in the 30 or 40-year range. I'm saying in the beginning of hip hop,
Yeah.
right? So he had to go to court and everything like that just to show that he was the one that wrote the lyrics to that song. So even though he's an older man and stuff, but Cowboy still actually goes to tours around the world and such, since he is quote unquote the hip hop pioneer.
Wow. Yeah, the music industry dirty. It's real dirty and low down. Like how they don't give credit and
But then if you actually look at it, right, when people don't read their contracts or whatever the case may be, that's why they just that's why they just how shall I say, everybody's going independent. But then anybody who's going independent, they're getting passed on too. For example, Young Dolph,
Young Dolph.
Nipsey Hussle. Now
Mhm.
that was the
Even
last
Migos,
song.
Migos, they were independent too, weren't they?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. Migos, I don't think was independent, tell you the truth. But
Mhm.
but it's like anybody that was signed to Empire is like that is like 4 artists died from that distribution violently. So it's
Mm.
just it's just crazy.
It's crazy. It's a dirty game to me. It's just dirty and whew, it's just sad to me. It really does make me sad. It really, I was feeling very sad today about, you know. Mm.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry, I had to get my charger. Hold on.
All right.
So, do you think it was a sacrifice? Do you believe in that type of stuff? A lot of people saying like it's a sacrifice, just like Travis Scott, like how that one Astral World, like there's like demonic energies behind a lot of this stuff. Do you believe in any of that stuff?
Well, this is one thing I gotta say. I'm not gonna go around but I know that it's there. Think about it. If young men are just, you know, if a lot of young men in all these urban communities are passing away, right? And then when you actually type in drill, everybody's saying, "Yeah, we're on demon time," right?
Yeah, that's horrible. I never say that. Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, me neither. So
Mm. Definitely. I think it's very low vibrational things that, what you put out there in the world, it comes back to you. If you talk about like it's like the Bible say, you live by the sword, you die by the sword, right? I think that was a Lil Wayne lyric too, but it's like I don't know. I just look at everything different now, I just can't. Like I was listening to his lyrics today, I was like everything he said he'd do to other people, that's what happened to him. And it's just mm-mm.
yeah, I'm sorry I had to mute because they were playing a
Okay.
lot of music in that background. So,
It's okay.
yeah,
Mhm. But yeah, like I was saying, I was just saying how like whatever you put out there in the world, it comes back to you. I think he was like I was listening to his songs, like his new album today with Quavo, and it's like everything he was saying, what he would do to other people, that's what happened to him, and that's just it's sad. It's just like I'm sick of it, but this is every day too. Like it's not just this don't just happen to rappers, Everyone just sad when it happens to rappers, but it happens to everyday black men in the communities every single day. They killing each other off. Like just people you don't know, but it like every day it happens, you know? And it's just like I'm just sick of it. I'm so sick of it. I'm just sick of it. I'm so sorry. And everybody is sick of it, but nothing's changing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It would. But I do think it starts with I think music is very powerful and influential. Very much so, It's very, very powerful. And I think, like I said, I do think if the music change and we start supporting artists that don't talk about these type of things, that talk about other things, and I think that would help save a lot of lives, really.
yeah, because it was like I was thinking that rap was actually moving forward. You know,
Hmm.
even though listening to Nipsey Hussle and everything like that, and
his death actually affected me, and I'm going to tell you why.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
His death affected me because on that same day I lost my father.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when I heard that he passed, or he, at first I couldn't believe it. I'm going to tell you why. Because I listened to Nipsey Hussle back and forth and everything like that. And he was actually, even though within his raps he was describing ghetto life or whatever, he was actually giving young men the tools on how to set up your own business and not to go and be a label slave. Then this happens. So it's just crazy.
But I agree. Nipsey was very influential. Like that's what kills me the most, man. It's like as soon as people want to do positive things and change it, that's why X's death affected me. Because when I first seen him, I was like, this man got a demon in him. Like he looked crazy. Like there's something wrong with him. Like I didn't support him at all. I was like, no. But then next thing I know, I feel like he overcame that demon somehow. Like he started like doing positive things and actually trying to help people and try to speak on like spirituality and trying to like help people elevate, inspire people to be creative and inspire people to do better with their lives and changing, and him trying to, that's when I started supporting him. And I was like, oh my God, I really love that. He's changing his life for the better. And the next thing you know, he's dead. And you know what I'm saying? And that really affected me. And the same with Nipsey Hussle, it was like he was trying to support people and do things for the better. And the next thing you know, he's dead. And it's just so sad to me, like it just really affected me. And it's crazy because, his last video was about him overcoming a demon, so it's real, like all this spirituality and this spiritual warfare, like it's real. Like we all have like demons to overcome and fight, and some people succumb to their demons and they do demonic shit and they do fucked up shit. And, and I'm just, but I think we could all overcome that lower aspect of ourselves and not give into it and not be on no shit like that. So I don't know. Because like I said, I think music is very spiritual, like very spiritual. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it actually is. Also, it's to the point that you just don't want to listen to a lot of ignorant stuff anymore. It's like to the point when you become too oversaturated with ignorance.
Mm-hmm. Oversaturated with ignorance. I agree. And that's not what hip hop started on, though. Hip hop started on, like, everybody knows about the origins of hip hop and how it started on, like, power to the people and, positivity. And, it's like complete 180 now, it just got completely ruined and corrupted, like 100%. I think we should just let it go at this point, because just let that shit go, because it's already running to the ground, basically. Corporations took over and, it's just been run to the ground. Like, I don't know how people can salvage it. I don't know. I think it is like a state of emergency, really. Like, I don't know how people could turn it around, because, I don't know why people continue to do the same thing over and over and over. They keep talking about the same things and then getting the same results over and over. You talk about shooting people, killing them, and then they get killed. Like, why keep talking about the same things and getting the same results a million times? Like, why? I don't get that. I don't
It's
understand
like, I'll tell you why. Because think about it. You have certain people, and I've seen this, and it's sad in the neighborhood, right? Especially in the West Coast. There's a rapper who is part Salvadorian, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his father was not of he was an MS-13 or anything like that, but he was a Salvadorian that came from the country young, but he settled in a blood neighborhood. So eventually that man became blood. So I guess he did his time in the jail, whatever, and and he's now living in Mexico. But he always try to find somewhere back to where his son is at. And they actually did like a mini documentary about that, on how this rapper who's half black and half Salvadorian. So he actually was talking about how he grew up and stuff in the same gang as his father. So therefore, sometimes when it's that gang life, it's generational. It has it could be something about hip hop or no or no things, because sometimes it's generational.
It is a
And then you have
generation.
certain people that will fill themselves up with the lie like, oh yeah, being a gangster is good, but then when you lose all your friends and stuff, you have to think about it. Like, do anybody lose friends like violently or anything like that? And it starts getting crazy after a while.
It's just crazy how they try to flex the lifestyle though. Like it's a flex. Like, you know, like it's just like people don't want to see the reality of it, you know? It's just about if we just live in reality and talk about the truth and reality, would anybody really want and choose to be in that? You know, it's like you have to like lie and try to glorify something that's not really the reality of it, you know. So that's
Yeah,
how.
I mean,
Mhm.
and then another aspect is that we don't that there's trauma behind what goes on, I guess, but nobody really wants to talk about it because it's not cool. But then
Exactly. It's like the hyper masculinity, you know, like the hyper masculinity aspect of like, you know, you don't want to appear weak or soft or anything. So you just like, I don't know. I don't like that. I just don't like that. You know, I just feel like it's like a sense of insecurity too. Like you gotta go extra hard to seem like you're not soft or anything, you know, and that ends up getting you killed, right? So it's like,
or in prison.
or in prison, right? So
Probably.
is it really worth it? Like you scared of what people think so bad that you're gonna go extra hard. You're willing to die or go to prison because you're scared of what other men think of you, basically. I don't know. That's crazy to me.
I mean, if you actually look at it, right, you have certain people who who are just criminally insane, but they're not going to be
Are criminally insane. Facts.
yeah,
That's so
because
true.
the because there's a coworker at well, he got fired, so he don't really matter anyway. But the thing is, though, what I'm talking about criminally insane is that he will try to pick on weaker people or shorter people, but and try to rob them of their food and everything like that.
Mhm.
And he used to go and steal people's food. And one day they actually caught him trying to eat food from the garbage.
That's
So yeah.
crazy.
So even though this guy was a coward, you could
Mhm.
actually you could when he actually tried to start problems with me and other colleagues, we actually stood up to him. I mean, in
Mhm.
several not ganging up, but it's like he tried to try with other people. They actually stood up to him and saying like this is not right or whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
And he eventually got fired because they fired him because they were actually afraid for their lives. I mean, they was actually afraid that this guy was going to get hurt and they'll be to blame for it. So the best thing
Yeah,
to do is to fire that liability.
there's just some crazy ass people out there doing some crazy ass shit. And none of these folks don't need to be glorified. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, there's criminally insane people that they're willing to shoot and kill and rob and do anything because they don't give a damn about nobody because they're, you know, psychopathic. psychopaths. And none of these people, they don't need to get no clout. They don't need to feel like that shit cool, like that's gonna get them women. They don't that's gonna get them money. That's what's gonna get them anything. I don't know. It's just weird that people go take that route of being like taking that route of thinking like all that shit cool and that's what's gonna get them everything they want in life. Like I don't know. It's just fucking weird. It's scary.
Yeah,
It's
it
scary.
is.
It's scary. It's like, woof. But that's the whole culture, though. That's the thing. Like, there's a whole culture of people who thinking like this shit's cool to be criminally insane, and it's just crazy. Like, that's what we're going to do. To a lot of people think that there's a whole culture around it of, like I said, being criminally insane to get what they want and get what they. And not really giving a damn about anybody else's life or anybody else, or even their own lives, because they don't give a damn. Because they,
Yeah.
It's just crazy. It has to change. Like this shit needs to. But it's gonna. I think, like you said, it's about filling up the prisons, and that's money. Private prisons, especially in Georgia, where they're from, where Migos are from. There's private prison in Gwinnett County. There's private prisons there. There's money. People make money off of you. They made like a lot of money off people sitting there in prison or in jail, not even prison, in jail, just sitting there every day. And they would try to capture as many people as they could. So I know Migos, they got a lot of people locked up. They influenced a lot of people to do things that would get them locked up. So I know they did in Gwinnett County, where they were from. And it sucks. I don't know. I don't even know why. I do feel bad for him, but I know, what he was doing, what they were doing, how they made their money. It did damage a lot of people's lives, most likely. So
Yeah, I mean, not for nothing. It was a whole. I don't know. You could attest to this, but there was like a whole movement that they was talking about Offset, that he was in a real or something like that by real gangsters or whatever the case may be. I'm not going to say the organization, but Offset said that he was a part of an organization, right? So of a street organization. But it was crazy on how he was claiming that. So
man, he wasn't part of no fucking one. What's funniest thing is Gwinnett County, how they're always talking about, like, yeah, we from the north, like North Atlanta. They're talking about Gwinnett County. That's actually a nice part. You know that? It's actually like the suburbs. It's actually and they were all claiming
I heard, because there was like that most amigos, right? It was actually they went to dance classes and whatsoever the case may be.
It was in a nice area. Yeah, that's the crazy part. You know what? When I was in Gwinnett County, I met gangsters living in big ass houses and shit. Like they were fucking from money. Like they were black families. They had money. Like they had no reason to be like that. Like absolutely whatsoever. Like, you know what I'm saying? I remember I met this one guy. He was talking about he was Bloods and whatever. And then I went to his house. Like his whole family owned like this big ass, beautiful, amazing house. They had freaking salons and they're fucking. I'm like, there's no reason for you to be like this whatsoever. It was in Gwinnett County. And then it was just weird. Like, there's no reason for you to do this. And then I remember all like the little suburb kids, and there's a big, large Hispanic community out there. There's a lot of Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and Mexicans, and and then they were just all being influenced to just be on some fucking dumb shit. Like, there's no reason for it. You guys are well off. Like, we're all well off, like, got money. There's no reason to be on to be on the shit that the Migos were talking about. Like, all this shit was fake. I think it was just all fucking fake and ridiculous. Like, it was all fake. Like, they're not really on those shit. They don't have to be. There's no reason to be, really. So, I don't know. I think it's weird that people want to act like that, and when there's no reason to be, other than just to look cool, I guess. But it's just crazy to me. and it's just crazy, like, because who's winning at the end of the day? Who's winning? The freaking private owned prisons. These are the people who's winning. Those are
Yeah, and then Michael Jordan also,
mm-hmm.
because
Jordan owning them. Yeah.
a lot of people are mad because he just said that, okay, I want to invest my money in prisons. I'm like, if you actually look at it, it makes sense. You make shoes that everybody fights over and gets clobbered over,
Mhm.
Jordans.
Mhm.
And then on top of it, instead of saying like, hey, you know, these are the people that buys my shoes and stuff, what to do? He puts the smackdown right there. Yeah. I invest in prisons.
Mhm.
But this is the hypocrisy of society.
Mhm.
Every everybody in the neighborhood, they might be mad at Jordan for whatever, right? But
Mhm.
yeah, why we're going so hard at Kanye when
Mad at Kanye.
when
I'm not
when,
mad at us ever. You won't find me.
when there's a whole bunch of people who keep selling out the African American community on a daily basis by
Mhm.
their actions and by their music.
Mhm.
So why is it that they're trying to program everybody to go hard and just to make fun of Kanye?
Mhm.
So that's one thing I just want to I just ask.
I ain't mad at Kanye. Kanye was just honest about everything. He said he was gonna leave your ass for a white girl. That's what he did.
Mhm.
He said, "Wait till I get my money right." He did get his money right, and then he don't want nobody to tell him shit. And now he's talking about, I don't even know. People talking about he's anti-Semitic. I don't even know what he said really. I can't sit here and just go by what other people are saying. Like, what did he say exactly that
I
people are
can't really say what he said
Go look
because
it up. Hold on.
yeah,
I
I'll
don't
have
know
to look
what
it up.
he said. What did he say? 'Cause I just know people are mad at him, but I don't know why really.
Yeah, it's better not to talk about it because the powers that be do control YouTube, and I've seen a lot of racist new YouTubers mention a certain community, and then the next thing you know, their page is just shut down.
Oh, I think I see what he's saying. I'm just reading what he's saying right now.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to talk about that in the Discord then.
exactly.
Yeah, I got a lot to say about that. I see what he's saying. Okay. But it's kind of like what we were saying. Who are the people who own these own record labels who are investing in the private prison? Who are these people? I don't know who.
Right.
So, who knows? Who knows? Because we don't. It's all just like they're just nameless, faceless people. That are behind like all of this. We don't know. It's all done in the dark.
I mean, they're not so much faceless, but then it's like if you're not in the know, they're faceless to us. But if you're in that industry or industries,
Exactly. Like
you'll know who's who.
the mass majority of people we don't know. We're in the dark. We have
Exactly.
no idea. But if you're within that industry, you'll probably know who's who. But we don't know. I don't know. I'm not in that industry whatsoever. So it's like to me, I'm just like, I don't know who. I don't know who's who. But I
Right.
think there's been a lot of exploitation, a lot of exploitation of the music, of the artists, of the listeners, of everybody. It's been just a mass exploitation. Because what it's not illegal to make music, right? You can make any type of music you want to make, and you can push any type of music, put money behind any type of music you want to make. Even talking about which is crazy, talking about killing and shooting people, like that's just, you could just make any type of music, like that's illegal to do it, but you could talk about it on a song. And remember Jay-Z, he put some money behind making sure that you can't use those type of lyrics to prosecute people or doing, how people were self-snitching on themselves, putting real killings that they did in their music, and you can't use that to prosecute people. They were trying to
I
push for
mean,
that, right?
I mean, if you actually look at it, you see certain people who actually got convicted because of those lyrics, but the thing is, though, it was not. But it's not so much that they got convicted of their lyrics. It's just to the point that, let's just say we're rapping about whatsoever, right? The police got you. So
Mhm.
therefore, it's not so much that they're rapping about whatever. It just to the point that the law enforcement is paying more attention to what they're doing as of a regular schmo
Mhm.
that actually does what he does, and and he's not wise enough to actually put it in a song.
Mhm.
But the fact is, you could actually write certain people. They just saying like, "Oh yeah, we have to do this and put this stuff, so therefore we could get more realer and fans or whatever." But
Mhm.
then it was like the way that people did it, that they lived the street life or whatever. There was
Mhm.
that guy that we did this, and this is our life. So therefore, the only time you saw feds actually attack hip hop
Mhm.
as far as anything was actually when it was from Lord Tariq and Peter Guns.
Mhm.
They didn't put Lord Tariq or Peter Guns in jail. They just got them kicked off their label because they, in the feds' eyes, right? They didn't want nobody to get a certain street leader out of prison. And
Mhm.
since Lord Tariq and Peter Guns were from that neighborhood, they was like, oh, these guys are bad. They're affiliated whatsoever. And as soon as the feds started harassing the major company labels, they got kicked off, and that's what ended their career. And
Mhm.
remind you, Lord Tariq and Peter Guns were good rappers, and
Mhm.
knows and I'm talking this happened 20 years ago, and no label, even though Peter Peter Guns, he went up and he branched into TV with his son Corey Guns or whatsoever.
Mhm.
But nobody, no
Organs.
label
Yeah.
would actually sign them
Mhm.
because the feds had that control. But my
Mm.
thing is that if the feds went up and they did that to a whole bunch of budding rappers that they might have had a connection to a street person, but yet these guys didn't have no charges or nothing like that.
Mhm.
Imagine why the heck they're not doing it to everybody else that supposedly had a street connection, but yet when they find out, they develop a case, they put them in jail whatsoever. I mean, it's whack.
Mhm. It is whack. It is whack. It's kind of like like the Young Thug situation. I got a bunch of
Yeah.
RICO on him and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, oof, it's a lot going against people. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I don't know. Mhm. Mhm. I couldn't be no rapper, man. I
Yeah.
can't do
All
it.
right. Yo, this is my
Yo,
homie Francisco.
son.
Yeah. This is the link. Come through. All right.
But yeah, like I was saying, I couldn't live that life. I don't want that life. They can have it all day, every day. That's not for me, baby. It's not for me.
Right.
Yep, they could keep that. Mm-mm.
Exactly.
I'm good. That ain't for me. But I'm perfectly happy living a normal, regular life, right? I'm
Right.
good with that. I'm good with my regular every day. I don't gotta flex. I don't gotta front on people. I don't gotta do nothing. I just gotta, I'll take my ass to work, earn my money, come home. I got a family, and just be happy. I'm content with
I
that.
mean, I would just be happy just to be an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Just not to take nobody's crap anymore,
For sure. I
and
feel that.
and just live a nice life.
Yeah,
I do not want to really be flexing or anything like that because it's whack.
I don't
Why
even
the
do
heck I'm gonna be why the heck I'm gonna be flexing for the next man and then I
Don't be
get shot?
killing people over that. Like, yeah, it's not worth your life if you sit here for your own ego. It's just people. It just be these people's egos that be getting them killed. You know, it's just, and then it goes into the whole crabs in a bucket mentality too. You can't let people shine too much, or you get jealous and they want to kill them. So that's a whole other aspect of things that it's depressing. And
Yeah.
I can't. And that goes back to insecurity. A lot of these men, they're insecure. That's why a lot of these rappers get killed out of another man's insecurity. And
It's not
just
so much of another man's insecurity.
Mhm.
It's so much about ignorance.
Ignorance.
It's like I seen it's like here in Philadelphia, even though I don't really talk to people like that, you see people get killed over or die over stupid things, literally on a daily basis.
Mhm. Yeah, it is. It is ignorance because it's like they feel like they don't know how to get their own. They see somebody who know how to get it, and they don't know how to get it, and they feel like they'll never. It's like a limited mindset. It's like if you can't have it, I can't have it type of thing. If I don't, that's what I think it is. It is boiled down to ignorance because it's like they don't know how to get their own money and get their own, so they feel like they're gonna kill off people who do know how to get it, and it's sad. It's
Or
sad.
yeah. Okay, well, Gabriel Williams. All right. All right.
Won't be on the stream y'all for too
Yo,
long.
good evening, bro.
How you doing?
Well, hey, nothing, man. Just living. Black Cloud. Nice to
Yeah.
meet y'all.
Nice to meet you.
Ain't nothing.
Hi guys.
Kicking it up
Hey
in
guys.
here. Ain't nothing.
Yo,
What's
yo.
good?
Yo.
Who that?
Yeah, that's my
What's going
homie Kenny.
Ain't nothing. What's good, you man? I was listening to the live stream, y'all. You know what I mean? Ain't been on this for never, but listening to this new event that just happened. It's quite interesting and stuff.
Yeah.
Where rest in peace to Daps, man. Takeoff, man.
Yeah, man. It's
Rest
just
Since
crazy
it's
and everything
a
like that.
topic, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people may be confusing the topic, you know what I'm saying? Like gangs, organizations,
Right.
from what I'm hearing about, while I was listening to the point of view of society itself and where we're looking at, like the way we're influenced. Like, I'm pretty sure maybe some of y'all, like, we're looking at, like the way we're influenced. Yeah, maybe some of y'all is on point with the interview I had with Jalapeno TV show, right? Yeah, maybe some of y'all is on point with the interview I had with Jalapeno TV show, right? Yeah, maybe some of y'all is on point with the interview I had with Jalapeno TV show, right? Yeah, maybe some of y'all is on point with the interview I had with Jalapeno.
Well, that's Santo Domingo for you, but I guess my homie will come back. How's everything on your end, Kenny?
Of course, man.
I'm over here.
Yeah, we chilling. We chilling. I was over here.
You hear me?
Yeah, of
I can
course.
hear you.
I'm up in here.
All
I
right.
ain't leave yet. Like
So
I
how's
said,
everything in Santo Domingo, money?
should be popping like crazy.
Yo,
Imagine.
everything I've been hearing is about La 42.
Yeah, 42. El Capotillo. El Capotillo.
La 42.
Yeah, El Capotillo. Santo Domingo. North side. El Capotillo.
¿Qué tú te crees de ese? Uf.
Yeah, el Capotillo, Santo Domingo.
El 42 nunca ha sido bueno.
Capotillo.
¿Qué tú te crees de eso? Uf.
Yeah, el Capotillo. Check this out.
El 42 nunca ha sido bueno.
Places are never good. Places are never good for the inhabitants. You know what I'm saying? Places are never good. Places depending on the way people look at the inhabitants. You know what I'm saying? Places are never good. Places depending on the way people look at the inhabitants. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's
Talking about
Minneapolis,
the way
something
people
like
look
that.
at the inhabitants.
Right.
With that, with this double sound shit,
You gotta click out of the other. Are you on your phone?
yeah.
Just click out. You're on your phone. Hold on. Is it still echoing?
Man, I just came from doing like 7 years, man. I don't be on the phone
Oh,
like
wow.
that.
Click
Like,
it out.
I'm chilling.
All right. Okay. But yeah, what were you saying earlier? I wanted you to hear your point. I wanted you to finish your point about what you were saying about like societal influence and yeah.
See, that influential society, unknown and unperceivable force, is there, man. He's there like right now we're speaking. Even when we speak, it's honest. See, you gotta understand that psychologically speaking, Sigmund Freud and them dudes and shit, you know what I'm saying? So we can go into some higher level thinking and higher level speech. Cause see, some people be talking and shit like the hood these, the hood that, the hood these. We talking about motherfuckers and part of my language that came over here and done told us that subconsciously and consciously and this and that. You talking about somebody that probably they was just, you know what I'm saying, lacking stuff themselves. And all of a sudden now,
Definitely.
you gotta understand the points of view in society and history itself. They're quite sensitive right nowadays, man. Nobody like to hear quite honest truth. Some truth could be a little bit deterrent, and they can cause some conflict in this world. And as a matter of fact, man, we ain't aiming and we ain't going to another way. We straight head first to that spot. Matter of fact, see, you got these dudes, man. You better be careful because them motherfuckers they try and put machines in our bodies. Imagine how many times you don't see somebody serve a 400-year sentence. When the hell you gonna see somebody leave that long nowadays? But hey, you know what I'm saying? I've read before, and pardon if I'm talking a little bit hoodish because I could be way more articulate, but we need to reach each and every heart and mind because we are dealing with a lot of people that they happen to be persuaded in different ways. Some people could be alert at what you see. These people they use us against us because we live in a sensational world, sensational universe. So we feel the sensations.
Yeah.
We are sensual beings. Of course, we are also sexual beings. We happen to copulate and reproduce. We have to reproduce. We are a form of life, a life form. And on top of it, you know what I'm saying, we have reasoning. You know what I'm saying? But our reasoning to our state of mind and to our current state of self and the way that the current things and the current development of things are, you know what I'm saying? They keeping us a little bit too distracted with a lot of BS that we don't even get to, you know what I'm saying, delve upon because you too distracted with stuff that you don't even get to decipher at the end of the day because you're still too distracted with a lot of bullshit that don't make no sense. So the whole point is to keep you distracted on nothing. You better find yourself before you don't even find nothing because, you know what I'm saying, there ain't going to be nothing left for you if you ain't even there.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want you to know who you are. And they don't want you to see. It's us and who else? See, he's God and then who else?
The devil, the Diablo.
All right, like boom. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be telling me, oh, we in hell. Oh, we going to heaven. The fuck we going to heaven? We in heaven already. This is celestial bodies we're living on. The earth is a celestial body. We are living in a celestial space and time. So, you know, when we theoretically and hypothetically speaking, not at all. We're talking about actual facts. You know what I'm saying? Mainly human beings are kept ignorant to their whole habitat. Meaning, like, for instance, we only are preoccupied and kept distracted with everything we have upon the globe. You know what I'm saying? With some history that they give us, you know what I'm saying? Some of them are, you know, a little bit. And this goes to whatever Kanye might have said. I mean, like, I don't want to be jumping. Hey, I guess everybody on point, huh? Yeah. But put your hands up, god damn it, because shit is real. Yeah, I'm coming. It was on my back, waiting on my boy to bring the earth. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep it real. Shit is real. You know what I'm saying? Don't be thinking these motherfuckers is playing with us. They keeping that gangster. Shit is real. Shit is real. We keeping that gangster. Look, the Illuminati's all over the place. We don't care. Like, people over here telling me, my cousin was like, yo, niggas is over there gaining people, scamming people. Fuck you, nigga. Niggas done got, Jesus Christ got scammed, nigga. When you paying for cable, you getting scammed. Look, you're paying to be an idiot, supposedly with the idiot box. And then the people don't tell you that the half side of your brain is what needs to be incited, needs to be stimulated. You know what I mean? Like Jordan. Jordan, tú sabes que Michael Jordan ganó 6 anillos, pero fue porque su EQ, not his IQ, lo puso ready. ¿Tú me entiendes? Señores.
Yeah.
No hay momento de hablar tanto, de tanta vaina, but I'm pretty sure that you already know we have a rich topic to go for a whole lot of days. Yo, you already know, fam. I told you I was about to get on your live stream, yard, you know what I'm saying? Just to drop some jewels every now and then and shit. You know, them niggas be out there. Them cats are smart. It's like that nigga Guru said. Keep it gangster. Keep it gangster. Yo, yeah. Yeah. Nah, man. Yo.
Amor de rey, amor de corona, amor de rey, amor de corona, amor de rey, amor de corona, amor de rey.
It's good love, no love.
Echo.